years. I was a typical Boston guy.
Yeah.
I don't look it because I don't have 1,000 shamrocks up my arms. I'm probably the only ex-con in Boston history, I always say, without a tattoo.
From Maine's cold coast to Connecticut pride, Vermont's green hills take it all in stride. Massachusetts traffic we grip and we grind with a Dunkin' iced coffee and no peace of mind. So New England stands up proud. Chowder thick, we shout it loud. From Fenway Chance to Rhode Island Tide, New Hampshire's cry, live free or die. So New England with Ian Brownhill.
Good friggin' morning from New England, folks. Welcome back to episode 68 of the So New England podcast. I'm your host, Ian Brownhill, joined by my co-host, Robert Travisano, a.k.a. RJ, all things life's better in New England. So New England podcast producer, Vinny G, behind the lens. We went to the trenches of Boston to get you a good one. RJ, who's our guest tonight?
When it comes to comedy, look no further than good old New England. Because if you can crack an audience around these parts, you can crack an audience anywhere, especially that big city smack dab in the middle. I think it's called Boston, something or other. I don't know. Maybe there's an R in there. Lots of traffic, pretty bad drivers. You know that place. Well, our guest today hails from there as the self-proclaimed son of Southie, and with over 100,000 followers, I think today's guest knows a few things about being funny. We welcome just a boy from Boston, holding it down for the 617, Mr. Gary Bolles.
GB in the house.
That might be the greatest intro I've ever heard in my entire life.
If you want, we can clip that for you.
That
You can
was-
start it
yeah.
at all your comedy
What
shows.
do you mean? That's
before
my
you walk
fucking
out.
voicemail now. Are you kidding me? That's my voicemail.
I love that.
Sweet.
Gary, thanks for making the trek down
Thank
to
you
hang
for
out with the
having me.
boys tonight, man.
Thank
Pumped to have you on. We connected on social, God, well over a year ago now.
Absolutely.
And then we finally met in person at the St. Patrick's Day parade. That was a shit ton of fun.
What a day, huh?
Amazing.
What a day.
Obviously, I'm a Rhode Island guy. You're a Boston guy. So being there was the first time I've done a Southie parade.
A little bit of a culture shock.
Yeah, man. I didn't
Yeah.
know you guys got down like that. So that was a lot of fun.
So I always say, like, I'm 44. I don't go and attend the parade because we call it a shit show because it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, they want to put me in it. Like, I was in it 2 out of the last 3 years. I'll be in it. I'll fucking walk it, drive it. I'll do it all.
Hell yeah.
It's fun.
yeah.
It's
And
like-
you were doing like the trolley. Was it the trolley company?
I
that
was
you were
with a few years ago. I was with Mobsters and Lobsters. I drove half and walked half, and then last year, Megan for Dot Tavern was like, "Do you want to be on the trolley?" I'm like, "Absolutely."
That's so cool.
And I
That's
just
great.
walked. I didn't even hang on the trolley. I walked the whole thing.
That's so
That's
cool.
awesome. Now, are you originally where in Boston are you from originally?
I'm from South Boston.
You are from
Yeah,
Southie.
moved out 10 years ago to the South Shore, but
Gotcha.
I'm there all the time. Capo
Awesome.
comedy.
Hell yeah. I love that for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's just get right into it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give me the story.
I know.
Tell me how we got to where we are.
I just grew up as a regular kid playing sports, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Got into smoking and drinking as a young kid, going to Latin Academy, girls, stuff like that. I hit opiates from like 20 to 30. And I always say that like it's a speed up because it was just like a fog of like 10 or 11 years, you know? And when I came out of it, like the pandemic after that, I was clean for a while. And like someone was like, hey, Snapchat's giving out like $1 million a day to creators to be split amongst the top creators. I did a 6-second cat video and got 95 grand.
That's
I
awesome.
was like, what's going on here? Then they shadow banned me. I took my girlfriend at the time's phone. I goes, give me a Snapchat. Went viral on hers, put her in a different tax bracket. I wasn't even working at the time. So I was like, oh, I got something going on here, like with the algorithm, you know?
Yeah.
Just like this thing. Then that died out and I was like, oh, let me pump up Instagram and, you know, going, sure enough. Like I always wanted to do stand-up comedy throughout this, but like I said, I had an opiate addiction. I was always funny, class clown, you know, making the family laugh and fucking old videos and shit. And then once the content creation kind of picked up last year, I'm like, last June, I said, you gotta get over this cold feet bullshit. Cause it's like a fear of rejection. You know what I mean? I get up on stage, someone's like, this guy sucks. He ain't even from here. Cause you know, I get that a lot. Like people about our accents. Like if we exaggerate our accents for content, stay out of our fucking business. All right? I don't see you putting yourself out there. But that's like kind of what it was with comedy. I'm like, I'm going to go up there and be funny. And just to bring it up, the new documentary out, Being Eddie, I watched it and I was like, this is why. He's like one of the main reasons just many, but like, I like making people laugh. There's nothing better than I used to do it in a trolley and, you know, I used to speak at AA meetings. It all set me up for this, you know what I mean? To be comfortable. And it's okay to, if a joke doesn't fly, go on to the next one. I became obsessed with it, to be honest with you.
That's awesome.
It's almost like a whole new addiction in a sense. Like I'm chasing a high, but it's so much safer, if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense.
100%.
Yeah.
So then the class clown stuff, because I always like to go back to the roots as to what led you to a stage. What has comedy kind of meant for you in your life? As like the class clown, where is that kind of like
it was always
hated
like,
school, wanted to stand out type of thing? Where did that all come from?
Yeah, like getting picked on at a young age and then being like, you know what, I know how to make these people laugh. Like I could always like turn a bully or someone around. And then I got to an age where you're not going to bully me, period, physically, because I can stand on my own.
Yeah.
But like it was also, it's a defense in anything. Like any type of tragedy happens. Like at a young age, I was making jokes at my grandmother's funeral just because everyone's sad. I'm like, all right, this is my...
Now's my chance.
Yeah, it's like one of my things. It's just
now's
one of
my
those
chance.
things.
Excuse me, sir. Can I give a eulogy?
You guys hear the one about the no? It's just, I don't know. It's one of those things I just always relied on because I don't know. I like, once I see someone laugh, I'm like, oh, I can make them laugh too. Or I can make them laugh. I can make them laugh. And that's the thing about comedy. Like you get to a small bar, then you go to like a bigger arena and people will laugh. And then people come up to you like, I had a bad day. Like you get messages. I know you do. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah.
Like your content, like it's that. It kind of feeds you. It's like, oh, you're making people happy. Absolutely.
And I definitely think as someone who's in a similar space as you, who does performative comedy stuff, not on stage, but there's an addiction to it. And I think I didn't know that part of your story between your 20s and 30s, but obviously that's a heavy thing to have to process in your life, especially around addiction. So of course I can relate in the sense that this thing is very addicting.
It's so addictive. The
attention, the laughing, all that stuff. So it kind of feeds that, but in a healthy way, right? Because what's the downside of helping people?
So I used to say my addiction led me to like bank robberies. I was a typical Boston guy.
Yeah.
I don't look it because I don't have 1,000 shamrocks up my arms. I'm probably the only ex-con in Boston history, I always say, without a tattoo, but like now my addiction leads me to like a stage to meet people. The scariest thing about it was it felt like the first day of school. I'm going out there and just put myself out there. Like I got to know Will Noonan. He's been like a mentor of mine. Annie Powell, they're two of the best I've met. But like I got to meet people and like, it's kind of weird because first day of school, oh God, I'm sitting in the corner. Everyone's like, oh, it's the social media guy.
Yeah.
You know, then I'm like, I'm just going to be myself and try to, you know.
Absolutely. And you have your dad in a lot of your videos. That's like a bit, right?
Yeah. So my dad is a retired captain from South Bay Jail. He retired over 20 years ago. He's a class act, like just a funny, cantankerous, like typical New England guy. He's originally from Worcester, grew up in Dorchester, and then lived in Southie for 34 years.
Yeah, that's exactly what we make content about. That man right there.
So he reminds me of like Archie Bunker, Al Bundy, any like TV dad, like where he's just, and every time we're laughing, I'm like, even with the pumpkin video that recently went viral,
right?
I was recording myself to be a goof and I heard this going off. I'm like, oh no, this is going to be good. I know. Because she has a hearing aid. His accent's terrible and they're going to do that typical. I always want to put him in my videos and he's like, what does it pay? I'm like, I'm like, someone might reach out and give us a brand deal.
Yeah, you never know.
And then he's like, you're too filthy online to get a brand deal. I'm like, all right, Dad, we're not going to have this conversation. Record that. You know what I mean? It's just, he's hysterical.
I love that. Now, when you're starting to get into the comedy scene and you're going around, like, was there a strategy to how you did that? Because being a guy from Boston in general, like, you probably had a lot of experience networking and there's a lot of comedy clubs around. So how did you start to get your feet wet with that?
So this kid, Mike Jordan, shout out to Mike Jordan. I'm doing a show with him on December 12th, the Situate VFW. He was one of the people who like talked me into it and goes, you have to do this. He goes, go to Cagney's Monday night. It's an open mic. I read from my phone. I was like, oh man, it didn't go that great. I'm like, let me try it again though. I had gotten to know Will and Will goes, I heard you. I went down to watch Will at Capo. It's like, I heard you thinking about getting into comedy. He's like, want to come up and do comedy at Capo? 7 minutes. Not too bad. You know what I mean? Kept doing it. Once I got to know Will, I got to know the other comics. And then I'm going downtown and like to the Point, the Glove Box Comedy, all these other things. And I started just chasing mics because a woman offered me a job last year and goes, do you want to come do comedy for a cruise line? All you need is a 45-minute set. I'm like, I'm at 5 minutes and I'm holding my phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if I could be dirty or not. Like, was it clean? She go, well, you need a clean set and a vulgar set. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go hit the ground running. I just kept like going and looking up mics, you know? But then as I got more stage time, people were like, do you want to do 10 minutes for me? And then do you want to do like do 50 minutes? You want to host? And I got to know Janelle Draper and Will and Nobody Cares Anthony Varela. I talked him into doing it this year because he's animated and some people's content creation, you know, just by looking at them, it translates. And he's hysterical on stage. Natural. Second time out, he's at the comedy scene.
That's great.
Then I'm at the comedy scene. Then like Laugh Boston, all those, we did MGM. Like you just get to, like you said, networking. But I literally had to practice. It was a lot of like paying for my own pocket and shit and driving downtown and like, because I got jobs off of social media when they weren't monetizing me. I got ghostwriting jobs for people and stuff like that.
Oh,
I monetized myself.
Really?
No kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know why I never thought about that. That's cool.
You ready? OF creators.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a viral video, Taco Bell girl. She did this joke. I sequenced myself. Our video got 7 million views. She messaged me, would you ever want to, sequence other videos? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I'll throw you a couple bumps. Yeah, okay.
What's
and
that?
then I'm like, hey, I can write for you. And then, yeah. I think I created the job, to be honest with you.
I was going to say, I've never heard of this OF thing you're talking about.
OnlyFans.
Oh!
So I was just trying to,
that's you, right?
Top supporter.
Yeah, top supporter. Hey,
I don't have an account.
Hey, on one stage the other day, I go, show of hands, who's familiar with OnlyFans? One guy and 300 people holds his finger up. I goes, what are you, dancing in the 1950s? Buddy, just don't put it up at that point. Pervert. But yeah, they would get these shirts and pretend they're like Taco Bell and bring the food to the car. Like she did, Baja Blast, you're going to blast you a little over me. And I did a joke off it. I'm like, I'm next. I'm going to have what he's having, like a Harry Met Sally thing.
Yeah.
It went 7 million views.
That's
and then
crazy.
like I got to meet so many people through this. It's crazy now.
That's
got to know people.
I've never, like you were saying, that's not something I've never.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of that.
contemplated being a part of a social media thing. Is people having ghostwriters?
Yeah, I just
It makes sense though. It does.
Yeah, because I'm nonstop. My brain's always looking for the next joke. I really can't take much serious. You know?
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
What would you say was the hardest thing to learn growing up?
Probably learning how to like use, save, or spend money.
You legit worked in banking, did you not?
You're welcome.
Are you still with Dime Bank or are you too Hollywood now?
Okay, rude, but yes, I am.
Imagine your followers finding out you're with a Connecticut-based bank.
Okay, first of all, they have a branch in Wesley, Rhode Island, which is where we grew up. So really that's brownie points because I'm sticking to my roots. Second, I think everyone would appreciate that I'm with a bank that knows and understands their community. Their tagline is legit, community banking lives here.
Hey, I'm not asking you to sell me on it. I've been banking with them for years, and they know me on a first-name basis. I'm just saying, I'm surprised is all. I can see the headlines now. Mr. Anti-Connecticut actually banks with local community bank?
Okay, you know what? Follow along with me here. They're FDIC insured, equal housing lenders, wicked friendly. They take care of all my personal needs, have expansive products to help all my businesses, offer lending across the board, merchant services. What more could I possibly want or need? And you know that I secretly like Connecticut, so.
Oh, I hope you heard that, folks. Dime Bank is the reason Ian loves Connecticut.
Okay, you're ridiculous. Funny story though. You know how they have like the mobile app with like banking, Lifesaver, you can do all the deposits. Have you tried to teach your mom how to do the mobile deposit
No.
yet? I was teaching my mom how to do it and she takes a selfie instead of the check. Visit dimebank.com to learn more. Walk me through the process of how you tell jokes. We've had quite a few comedians on here now, so I'm curious to see how your process is.
So for example, like this is just my approach. I want to come out the gate with something that's going to make them laugh right away. So I do a show the day for 300 people during the day, and most of these people are sober. It's kind of easy to get people when the inhibitions are loose and they're drinking at night to laugh. But you got sober people. And I was sober for 2 years, from 2014 to 2016, speaking to Amy. And so I got up, I goes, my name's Gary and I'm alcohol. Oh, wrong room. I let the laughter die down. I goes, I told my father I'm doing a show for Local 103. He goes, oh, that's awesome. Why don't you get a real fucking job while you're down there? And then I let it die down again. And the third joke was, I goes, yeah, dating when you're sober is crazy because you put a lot of weight back on. I said, my tits are bigger than half the girls I'm dating. So it's just like these punches. I finally learned how to wait for the punch, laugh, let them laugh. Like my thing is, like I judge a comedy contest. I think you should have a punch right out the gate. When I used to speak in recovery, you want them to listen to your message, make it funny. Not everyone does that, but I just think it's easier because a lot of people want to laugh, even the ones who don't realize it or not.
Yeah.
Like the ones I've seen people get dragged to comedy shows. I didn't even want to come out tonight. This was awesome. That's why I like doing it, you know?
Yeah, you turn them over.
My process is basically like long story format. Like I have story ones where like, I'll tell you guys this because you guys will like it. I said, I'm 44. I like older women now. They come from a place of love, experience. I met one in this nice neighborhood walking a dog. We hit it off that night. In fact, we had sex. Then she fucking ghosted me. I saw her 2 weeks later at Market Basket. I was like, Diane! She turned around. She goes, do I know you? Her daughter came up and said, sorry, my mother suffers from dementia. So with the mic, I slumped down and let the audience look at me. And then I'm like, so anyways, I hit Diane up the next day, asked her if I could borrow $100. I said, if you don't get that joke, the exit door is behind you. Like stuff like, but I'll drag those stories out sometimes, or I'll just do a quick one. Like one of my ones is, I'm a little nervous here. I'm sorry if I'm shaky. I took what I thought was a Xanax. Turns out it was Viagra. So my apologies to you guys in the front row. Like, you know what I mean? I grew up like Ronnie Dangerfield, like, you know, Richard Pryor. Like I just like, and crowd work I like too. I'm starting to get into it. Comfortable.
Have you found more success in the last year with that kind of comedy? Or has it been like right off the gate since 2020 when you started getting going?
No.
Because I'm just like, I feel
more
like
success this.
Yeah, because I just feel as if the tides are changing back a little bit where it's like, we kind of went a little too far where everyone was a little too sensitive. And now people are like, okay,
yes,
it's just a joke. Like it's not the end of the world. And I feel like that's kind of wrapping back around where it feels like you can kind of lean into that funny, vulgar, offensive style of comedy.
Yeah, like Bill Burr is like my favorite comedian.
Right.
And
hysterical.
Like just because I like how real he is, and he hates people. Like I don't really hate people. I'm the most antisocial social person. I love people. It's just how I come off, and like, oh, I can't be bothered. I'm like my dad. He gets dragged out somewhere. He's like, I had the best time ever.
Yeah.
She had to drag him there. My mother had to drag him. It's like me. Like once I go out, I'm like, oh my God, the show is unbelievable. I'll go back and do this place again. It's just like, I don't know. I much more success. Because the Snapchat thing happened, then there was nothing else to make money.
Right.
And then something else would happen, like, oh, you want to influence me in this and that. And then it would quiet down. Then I'm like, I'm getting old. I'm going to wake up one day and regret that I didn't try this. Because everyone, when I drove trolleys, everyone would say, this guy, you got to do comedy. You ever think of every single other group? You ever think of doing stand-up comedy? I'm like, I think I got to stop listening to people.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's awesome. So then would you say that your like comedy sets motivate your content, or your content motivates your comedy sets?
I feel like the content,
like which one is more in support of the other?
It's weird. It's almost like
are they combined, or are they just completely separate? Like they're not even.
No, it's almost like it's combined. Like I would say the content more to the comedy, just because like the stuff with my dad, because I talk about my dad on stage, and like the Boston, I talk about the Boston guy on stage, and like because I am the Boston guy too. I love when people are like, you do it so well. I'm like, well, I'm from here.
Right.
I'm like, you guys are giving me a lot of credit for being myself.
Yeah.
But that the Boston guy character is mostly based, it's like an amalgamation of like everybody, like uncles, fathers, friends, you know what I mean? All in one. You know, like,
yeah,
know what the New England guy is.
I was gonna say, I get that, but like for me, it makes sense because number one, I don't have an actual accent, which is always a shock to a lot of people. Most people don't know my name.
So
they're
good,
like, they're like, oh, mine's like very, my Boston accent is incredibly deliberate in the way that I'm trying to make fun of New England the way other people make fun of New England with the accent. It's not to be character accurate. It's to say, this is how Hollywood thinks we are. So I'm leaning into that so that it's the stereotype. Because I'm from Rhode Island, so we don't even have a Boston accent. And it's like, I mean, you're a Boston guy, so like, yeah, you grew up hearing it, but really the Boston accent exists in like a just 2 or 3 blocks community of Boston. Most of Boston doesn't talk or sound like that.
1,000,000%
But it's just
accurate.
like, you know, when I do a Boston accent, but I'm playing like a Vermont character, everyone's like pissed. They're like, we don't talk like that. I'm like, yeah, I know. Can you just laugh? Or if you don't think it's funny, I get it. Not everything I do is funny, or I'm just not but just like move on.
When I did the April Fool's thing, that's like people were like, oh, upstate New York doesn't sound like that. I'm like, guys, will you give me a fucking break?
No, they won't.
But what you said is like, that's exactly how it is. Like you just, I'm making fun of the way they make fun of us. Like, you know, it's literally how we're portrayed. So why wouldn't we talk about it ourselves?
Mm-hmm. Right.
We see Hollywood do it. We don't like how they're going to do it. We're going to make fun of how they do it while making fun of ourselves.
Exactly.
What's wrong with that?
Right.
A lot of people don't get that.
They don't.
And they really don't. And it's funny because helping run the pages for the podcast, we'll post some very controversial things.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah,
it's very clear. If I sit here for 30 seconds and tell you about something that I like, you're not going to watch it. Let's be real. But if I say something like Boston food scene fucking sucks, they're going to be in the comments. Everyone
engagement. It's the whole point.
Exactly.
Clickbait.
But it's so funny how ruthless people are behind their keyboards. And it's fine. It's whatever. Comments are comments. Like, you can't get into this realm and be sensitive, but it's wild.
It's so wild. I did a rant about the airport. The transportation secretary said, people need to start dressing up better to go to airports. Like the Mad Men era. I'm like, well, if you treat us better at airports, maybe we would. Until then, we're wearing sweatpants. A guy wrote, stop your liberal whining ass.
Yeah.
His name was Connie. I goes, buddy, your name's Connie. Maybe think before you speak Conchetta. Okay? Like, what are we doing? Like, nothing to do with politics. I was making a rant like, we're comfortable at the airport. Like, I'm not going in Crocs like some of these people with fucking pajamas, but you're going on a plane.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a 3-piece suit in any era. And I shouldn't even have made that joke, because if the airplane could kiss my ass, I'm not dressing like James Bond going on a fucking airplane. You're like this, oh man, stuff that
I'd be like, to be honest with you, it would have to be a short flight and it would have to be first class only. So that
makes sense.
But if you think I'm going to put on that suit and then walk to 29C, you got another thing.
If you tell me
I'm not going to embarrass myself through all of those aisles.
No, exactly. Go by every single one. If you told me Margot Robbie's in the plane, I'll wear whatever you want. I'll throw a scarf around my neck, fucking trench coat.
The funny thing that's like, that this is a statement that I've always tied to virality, is that, and that's why I feel like I haven't been viral in a long time, because I haven't gotten enough hate recently.
Yeah.
It isn't until that I'm getting hate that I know a video is doing well. Because now I'm like, oh, now I'm reaching a new audience. And when I have conversations with brands, right, a lot of brands will reach out to me specifically asking for that like New England character. And I say, I'm happy to do that. But I need to have a disclosure with you that when you put paid dollars behind this to reach an audience that isn't my followers, there's going to be a demographic of people who are not going to like this or like that you aligned with my content. There's people who just dislike to dislike. I'm like, no, that's okay. And I work with a company, they put some paid dollars in, and I'm telling you, within the first hour of them putting paid dollars, the first 5 comments is forced accent. This is fucking stupid. This guy's an idiot, like right away. And like, one of them was in relation to the product. Like, yeah, of course this douchebag uses this. And I was like,
so
but I'm like, yes.
I'm going to be controversial right now by saying this. I'm going to speak for all of Boston. And if you guys don't like it just because I've been on the South Shore for the last 11 years, you can kiss my ass. You can come to my show and tell me you don't like it. We need to lighten up.
Yeah.
Because I used to be kind of that way too. Like, we just need to lighten up. These people are being successful they're not making fun of us. They're having fun with us. No one's making fun of anybody. If every creator's not your cup of tea, but we're still going to try. I don't care what anyone says. Watching The Departed, right? What are the funnest moments about that? If you dump a body in the marsh, I tell you to dump a body in the marsh. Like, that's unbelievable.
Right.
Our accents are unbelievable. Let's make fun of them.
Yeah.
I want to make fun of New York, and I want New York to make fun of me.
Exactly.
That's literally what it's all about.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be. Especially because if you're going to, especially when comedians are brave enough to put themselves out there. Because you can't, as a seasoned veteran, getting up on stage, whether it's 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is, it's not easy.
I'm still a rookie, and it's frightening as shit. I just happen to build time fast and work like really hard at it.
Yeah.
It's frightening as shit.
But like you said, it was repetition, repetition,
yes,
5 minutes,
yes,
7 minutes, 10 minutes, 15.
Yeah.
And like, you get the one-offs that are probably naturally good, just like in any industry.
Yes.
But if you didn't do that repetition, you wouldn't have built that.
No way.
And like I said in the intro, I think if you can do sets in Boston, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you've done them anywhere else.
Yeah.
I feel like you can do them anywhere.
Yeah.
Even when
if you're not funny,
people will shit on you.
Yeah. Because if you're not funny, they're going to tell you.
This fucking loser's wicked funny.
Yeah.
Fuck this asshole. And you'll be like, well, okay. Is that a compliment?
I've literally had people be like, this fucking guy. I'm like, oh, big fan?
Yeah.
I bet your mother is. You just see their face. Sometimes they laugh and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
They don't like it. But I was at the show the other night where talking, and some woman goes, oh yeah, Boston, Plymouth. I goes, what are you going to show me, a fucking rock?
Yeah.
I grew up in Plymouth. My parents took me to a Ellis Haven trail park every summer, thought they would keep me out of trouble. Do you know what happened down in those woods? All of my firsts. Smoking, virginity, you name it. Anal for her, anal for me. The whole audience starts laughing. I'm just going to rip because she's yelling Plymouth.
Yeah.
I'm not... The whole Boston thing, I don't think I'm better than anyone. In fact, it's the opposite. I think Boston's funny, and we should be made fun of. Our accents are unbelievable. You look at the old clips when they're like interviewing people by the Garden in the 80s. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah. I'm like, this can't be real.
They're so pure.
Celtics on the ball.
Yes, exactly.
So pure.
Exactly. Like, if you heard the way my grandmother talked and shit.
Well, I think there's also something to be said too about, like, not only on top of your work ethic, the fact that you're hitting the ground running, and there is a lot of popularity to what you're doing. But social media has created this wave of comedians that is like no other. The ability to self-promote while also working the circuit simultaneously, it's never happened before. You look at a lot of these other comedians, true. And of course, right now, because it hasn't taken any money from their pockets, they're not upset. But I'm willing to bet in the next 5 to 10 years, when that starts to happen, these guys are gonna be like, You know how hard I worked in the basements of these shitty comedy scenes to make it, and now this guy goes viral once, and now I'm like, yes.
I'll let you know it's already happening.
I mean, I'm sure it is, but I'm just.
But on a, he's right.
like a mega scale when the Kevin Harts and these other guys start getting upset.
1,000,000,000%.
But it's also the reverse, right? Again, I hate to harp on Kevin Hart here because I love Kevin, one of my favorite comedians. But look at what he's doing now. He has everything. Yet he's doing all of these social media things now that he doesn't have to do.
Yeah.
Or, jumping on Kai guy, and like jumping on Drewski and all these guys.
All
it's like,
you know what?
They have no choice.
I was going to say, what do you, from a comedy standpoint, not defending anybody, I'm just curious more because you guys are more in this realm.
Yeah.
What do you do when you've done everything?
I know.
Like he sold out Madison Square Garden. It's like if he can do if he can do a 30-second ad in a cricket commercial and just hang out with Drewski just to stay relevant, but that's the best way to put it.
But like, what is he supposed to do?
Yeah, what would you do if you were offered? I was listening to the guy Kai. He was on Shannon Sharp's podcast. And he was talking about the dollar amount that another platform offered him to move over from Twitch, which is like the main streaming. It was Kick or something like that. Yeah.
Twitch. Yep.
And he was one of the people that made Twitch what Twitch is. And Kick is whatever. And the dollar amount that he said that Kick offered him to come over, and it was just, I think, like a 2 or 3 year contract. $60 million.
Oh, I figured it would be more than that.
Yeah,
well, that was just.
That's good, but I'd expect more.
Just because
Joe Rogan did $100 million on Spotify, and he's more honestly. Yeah. Like Joe Rogan's popular, but like.
Well, from a podcast perspective, yes, but because Joe Rogan hits more of that like 30 plus audience.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
These streamers have all the kids.
That's what I'm saying.
16, 17, 18, 19.
I kind of thought like 100 million too, just because of what you were saying. Because if Kevin Hart is jumping over there,
you got Kai, Kevin, and Drewski all in the same stream. That's
crazy.
60 million for 30
seconds.
It's
crazy because there's still people out there who do better.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah. And to go back to what you were saying too, like clubs, from what I hear, I haven't really branched out yet. I've been in a couple other states. It's all New England based. They want comedians. I don't even know if they care if they're funny. Oh, he has 50 to 100,000 followers. Let's book him.
Yeah.
And like you said, that other comedians like, wait, I agree. It's fucking not fair because I meet people who are fucking hilarious and just haven't taken off because they don't, social media is a lot of time and effort. Some of these people have families and focus on other aspects of their life. I have time in my hands because I'm not working a full time right now. I'm trying to like just focus on this. I've lived back at home for 2 years. I talk about it on stage. It's part of my act. I can save money and try to focus on what I'm doing. I'm literally, like I said, I woke up one day, I'm like, in a couple of years, I'm doing all of these things. And so far, I've had all my local bucket lists for spots I wanted to do. And now I want to do it in New York, and I want to have people make fun of my accent and have some guy be like, look at this fucking guy.
Fucking guy from Boston. A fucking Pats fan. Exactly. Get him off the fucking stage.
Exactly.
Brooklyn, you
That's
asshole.
So good. When we used to be on the trolley, we have people from New York. I'm like, you a Mets fan or a Yankees fan? They're like a Yankees fan. The old joke was like, there's the door. Get off the fucking trolley. It's just a joke.
I love it.
See you.
Now, let's talk a little bit about like the pride of being from Boston and how it correlates to the fact that you are now doing the comedy circuit in Boston. Is there like some sort of pride that you feel like knowing your backstory, knowing the things that you've overcome and gone through, and now you're like, I'm here. I'm like, this is my hometown. This is my home street. These are the clubs I used to go and watch people at. Now they're watching me. Like, what's that experience like?
It's funny you just said that. I was just talking with this not even 2 days ago, Ian. Because like Bill Burr liked my video, and then like a month later he put me on his story, and I'm thinking like, do you know who follows Bill Burr? I do.
Yeah.
Like a Rogan or a Chappelle or someone. How about a million other comedians? And I'm like, holy shit, right. Like to represent the area and to grow up and like watching people like Lenny Clark. And I just opened for Christine Hurley. She's one of the best in the area ever. And I'm like, all these people, I'm like, this is wild to me. Because I've sat in giggles and watched people and I'm like, now I'm like, new generation. Because there's not a lot of people from me like who have like the presence to whatever like represent. So I do feel pride. Like I used to joke like I don't have a shamrock on my neck, so I'm not like pro Southie or like whatever. But I am. My email's son of Southie. Like I love Boston. I love, you know what I mean? People look at us like we were racist and this and we were fucking horrible. And I know about my past, but I can represent a different future and a different presence
Yeah.
for the city.
It's almost like, that's life. You make mistakes, you go through trials and tribulations.
God
Yeah.
forbid people just move on and say, he's trying to do better for himself. Let's let him be.
Yeah. Oh, so I did the bank thing. I did it twice in 3 months. It was horrifying. I passed a note. I wrote a smiley face. My justification in my drug-addled brain was like, I'm being nice about it. But I had a woman go online and say, I have to look at him at my kids' games because I was at my niece's. I'm like, it's been 9 years. I know how traumatic the experience was or whatever, blah, blah. I'm like, I am so sorry. Like, I'm in therapy and I am. Like, I'm trying to right the wrongs in my life, but like, can I not try to, like, this is a penance, making people laugh. Like, I'm just trying to literally bring, just enlighten people and make them laugh. And like we were talking about the pride of Boston, that's what I love about the insight. Boston comedians have this way from like, even though, Dennis Leary's outside the city, just New England and Massachusetts, they have this way about like, just being brash, real. And that's just me. I'm always going to be that way. Like I had someone say, can you do like a set without swearing? I'm like, yeah, just give me a couple months.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to be an hour before I go on and not drop an F-bomb. Good luck.
Right.
I'm going to try my best. And I have some jokes that aren't vulgar or dirty or whatever, but I'm Boston. I'm only being me. I'm not
like this is stand-up. This isn't Sunday.
Yeah, like the content I obviously force it because I think I literally have friends who talk like that.
Right.
I try to pronounce some of my R's. I have like a mixed accent nowadays. It's still thick. But like some friends really talk, what, dude? What'd you say? Well, no, say it a little closer to my ear. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? I have to do that. Yeah. And on stage, I even do it because I'm trying to do my dad impression, And my dad's a proud Boston guy. I think we're all proud, you know what I mean? But to bring it on stage is
just
different.
New Englanders in general, we all
that's
have
just
pride.
a New England thing.
I mean, how many times I spend a lot of time
Northeast. It is.
Kind of making fun of and picking on Connecticut and the passion that people who live in Connecticut have. And I'm just like, hey, like, we're family, man. Like you are not Connecticut. You are just like one person. And there's some realities, right? Like I'm a Rhode Islander. I harp on Rhode Island more than anyone. And I'm like, I'm still here. I'm probably going to live here my whole freaking life. So it's like, there's just like a pride that New Englanders have in general, where they're very defensive of their state, their city, their town, all of that stuff. It's
So when you say Connecticut, I did a show in Vernon and I did a show in Stamford, Connecticut. We're in Vernon. I'm like,
middle of nowhere, by the way.
Hey, ready? Listen to this. I'm like, Vernon, Connecticut, so you can see how my comedy career is going.
Yeah.
And they all start dying laughing. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Then I'm in Stamford. I have this joke I always change. I'm like, I told my father I'm doing a show in Stamford, Connecticut. I was like, Dad, what should I wear? He said, condoms. You don't want kids from Connecticut. Like, it's a joke.
Yeah.
Like, shit on us back. You know what I mean?
That's actually hilarious.
I changed it. So I changed it when I did a thing in Taunton the other day. I told my father I'm doing a show in Taunton. I was like, what should I wear? He said, condoms. Like, he goes, Dad, this isn't Raynham.
Yeah.
And then I go in the audience. Guess what the first table was from? Raynham.
Yeah.
I was, so just by putting my hands up, I got a laugh. But like, of course, Raynham.
Yeah,
but I love the pride in
I also think too, there's something about that new culture of, the interaction with the audience that's like really taken over because of social media, because the improvisation that social media kind of created all these content creators, kind of like we were talking about before. And now they're becoming stand-up comedians where their entire set is just interacting with the audience. Like
Matt Rife.
Matt Rife
is huge. He just Rhode Island now.
Yep.
And he's been, my friends have done comedy with him at pop-up joints. He's like really hitting bars and everything, which is really cool. Whether some comedians agree or not what he's doing, that's an art form. I don't care. You know how hard it is to talk to an audience?
Oh,
it could go south. And I know a lot of them are clipped. It's just like you see a psychic show or a ghost adventure show, they clip the best parts. Same thing with like
literally
crowd work.
every show ever is the best parts. Movies are the best parts.
Yeah.
Like a lot of, even when they shoot movies, like if they gave you every scene that they actually filmed, most movies would be 3.5, 4 hours long. They clip it down to the best part. That's how it works.
Yeah. And I get like people say whatever, but like you said, those viral clips are what's getting it. Like the Trevor Wallace, he was a content creator. He's hysterical.
Trevor,
He made like he's opening for Segura and stuff like that because he's really good. If you see his crowd work, he's so funny and so fast. Yeah. So I have a thing like I don't even care if I put it out there. I want to start a place called the Crowd Work Cafe, where as a comic, you can't do any set material.
That would hit.
And some comics are like, well, I don't do it. Well, then don't come to my cafe. I just want people who are going to work with the crowd. Try it. If you never tried it. I just like crowd.
But that interaction creates an entire different audience because audience people want to be subjected to that.
Yes.
They love that kind of, and it's the hysterical how many people now, and you're seeing that transition in audience, which is really good. You have the people who, for whatever reason, show up to a show. They're grumpy. They're miserable. They don't want to sit. They're like, I got an idea. Let me sit front fucking row. And then they get picked on and they're like, no fun about it. I'm like, this sucks. There's a guy, I can't think of his name. He was a former like UFC fighter, British guy who I see his clips. He's like a redhead, but he's based in England.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He is one of the, like the stuff that he does, like, and some he'll try and like interact with some lady and be like, "Oh, you dirty fucking slag. You don't want to have any fun with me, huh? You fucking daft cunt. Get out of here." And just like kicks him and shit. It's like out of the, not actually physically, but
yeah.
But I just think that it's creating this new audience that's like so engaging. I love that there has been things like comedy and other subjects online that once were like taboo and we got away from and we were kind of disgruntled with, that has now shifted back into our society and becoming this fun, interactive thing. We've gone to the Comedy Connection here in Rhode Island now to see a few. Anthony Robustiano came by, Jimmy Cash came by.
Yeah, I
Dude,
just
it was
worked
great.
with the
Jay
people who
Martin
opened
opened
up
up
for
for Jimmy. Like,
Jay Martin's hysterical. Jimmy's unreal.
It's like, so now we're going to these things and I'm like, I've never been to the Comedy Connection. I've now gone 3 times
How
just
cool
to
is
support friends. And I'm like, this is great. Like, I love that there's a revamp in society for these type of things, which I think, again, is because of social media.
And
people want to meet people, see them.
I'm sorry, I don't think it's a coincidence. It's needed.
100%.
Right now, comedy is needed
100%.
like more than ever. I just think it's one of those things where I think we should shove it down people's faces because everything's so serious.
Absolutely.
And online is too divisive. So like, let's bring people back to the, you got
to be real. You can't hide yourself.
So I just want to go back to touch upon something. You mentioned that you're in therapy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's quite a bit of story about your background that I was honestly totally unaware of. So I'm learning all this in real time. But I'm a huge advocate for mental health, especially men's mental health, especially with Men's Mental Health Awareness Month and suicide prevention. Some companies I've been trying to work with here in Rhode Island recently. I would love to kind of chat a little bit about your experience with therapy. Considering what you've been through, do you mind kind of sharing how that's been and like what your regimen is and what you've gone through?
Absolutely. It's very helpful. Obviously, it doesn't fix you overnight. I still have so much to work on. I have anger issues. I have a bunch of different issues, but my joke going into my first telehealth therapy was, I'm here because if someone heckles me, I'm going to go off the stage and slap them and never be invited to a club to perform comedy again. Because I have thin skin. Yeah. and she goes, obviously, you hit a work on more. I goes, everything you can think of, how much time do you have? Your therapist is going to need a therapist who's going to need a therapist. But like, I've always been told, like, you should go talk to someone. Like, I lost my sister to cancer in 2017.
Oh, I'm
depression.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
It's difficult.
But depression and, the pandemic didn't help and all our mental health. And I had a friend recently take his life in and out of hospitals, I was like, oh my God. And he didn't reach out. Like, it's one of those things where I talk about it on stage now. I'm like, I'm in therapy because if not, I'll strangle everyone in this audience. Yeah. It's just like a joke to say, like, it's okay to be like, hey, I'm not okay. And especially men's mental health, men are so embarrassed or whatever. I just woke up one day, I was like, I don't think I can do comedy without working on myself first. Because it would be good to get insight into myself so I can talk about it more on stage and be more open. And I've become self-aware throughout it. Like, it's almost to a point where I preferred being an asshole. I want to go back to being an asshole. I wasn't aware I was an asshole. Now I'm so self-aware because we've talked through so many things. Like, take a deep breath. Figure out what it bothered you. Did it start in your chest or your head? I just think all these things are important because so many people are suffering out there and no one's talking about it, whether it's stress from work, at home, relationship, yourself, self-doubt. I think it all needs to be addressed. So I don't want to have self-doubt. I have to get up on a stage. I have to be confident. You know what I mean? So it's like therapy. And the therapist I found, she's unbelievable. She checks me on my shit. We meet in telehealth and it's changed my life.
I'm really happy to hear that.
Thank you.
Because I've been trying to find a way to create a digital footprint that is lasting and more than just these comedy skits. And the mental health has been a huge part for me, been a huge part for a lot of my friends. And I think that it just has been changing lives and hopefully saving lives along the way. So when you talk about all of the things you're sharing quite a bit. And honestly, like emotionally, I'm feeling heavy for you. Yeah. So I'm happy that you're in therapy and that you're finding that kind of progress with it. If there was like a note that you could leave to someone that might be listening to this about what it takes to face that fear and break that stigma and kind of say like, hey, here's what I went through. This is where I found the courage and here's why I continue to go. Is there something you might be able to?
My note would say there's nothing better than the other side.
It's perfect.
Because I was stuck behind a wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm still some days.
Yeah, of course.
Some days I'm like, I forget and I don't meditate and I'm like, but like because of therapy, it's fewer and far between.
Right.
That's why it's a work in progress. This is why I don't plan on stopping anytime soon,
But those imperfections are part of the process. And I think that as you're discussing the self-realization, that is probably one of the most profound things that occurs in therapy. Because sometimes you don't even really need like a particular answer. Sometimes you just need to get the voices that you're talking to out of your head and out loud. And then you start to go, oh, okay, maybe this does bother me. Maybe I shouldn't put myself in situations that are continuing to aggravate me.
Yeah.
And then I look like the jerk because I'm loud and I'm angry and I'm upset. Maybe I can put myself in situations that are a little bit better. And then of course, the big thing is there's not like a fix that just occurs. I've been in therapy for like a majority of my life, but more recently with my therapist, I've been in for like 3 years. Like I started at once a week.
Good, man.
Now I'm at like every 3 to 4 weeks. When I'm feeling like really stressed out, I'll increase the visits.
That's what I'm at, by the way.
Yeah,
every
that's
3 weeks.
great. And it's really just a continuous work in progress where each time you learn a little bit more. And sometimes it's a little bit harder than others. Sometimes a little bit easier. Sometimes you go in, you just have a discussion. You're like, this was great. And you were just talking to a friend.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go in thinking like, I'm fine. And then you leave there fucking crying, bawling. And like, I don't want to do the rest of the day. I'm going to crawl in a corner. No one fucking talk to me.
This is so accurate. I literally cried for a whole session one time and then cried more after the session. And then when I chat back on her, I'm like, hey, we're doing a lot better.
Yeah.
Just because of like the advice she gave me too. Everyone's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Breathe, walk, whatever healthy outlets you have, do them. And that's kind of what comedy is too. If I sit at home or if I sit at a job where I'm not happy, I'm going to continue to be not happy. And I know it's like the scariest thing for anyone out there listening. Just go do it. I know it's also as hard and as simple as that. Because you can stay where you are and not breathe and have that elephant on your chest, or you can go figure out what's wrong with you. Like you said, you go run it by your therapist and you're like, oh, I had that situation wrong. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
And she's going to tell you why you're wrong and what you can do to be better. And you know what I mean? Or just, I don't know. I think you have to be really tired. Like you have to be at that point where, you know what, if I don't do this, there's no sunshine on the other end. That's where I got to,
Yeah.
It's just so helpful.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that and being vulnerable.
No, thank you.
I think it's an incredibly important
I'm
message.
proud of you too, man. It's just speaking about it.
Exactly. Thank
Serious.
You. And when I hear everything that you've gone through, it's like, let's talk to stereotypes, right? Be a man up, don't be a pussy. You got this. Men figure shit out. Like, yes, all of those things are true, but also having help makes some of those things that you want to have in your life that are masculine still more possible. And I just hear about what you went through, and I would think this is a guy who got his shit, tough guy, got his shit together. He don't fucking need no therapist, right? That would be the stereotype. But then you're like,
Absolutely
no,
not.
I cried an entire session. I'm like,
I'm not even in this room with you without it, because
I
it's
love
been
that.
over a year and I've only been in comedy for like a year and a half. So it's literally, I'm not here with you guys. I'm not at the prayer with you. I'm not, you know what I mean?
well, congratulations on all the
Thank
hard
you.
work that you're doing.
I thank you.
And
You too, man.
I think it's quite damn stereotypes the fact that you're a fucking comedian.
I know,
because it's
I
like,
know.
why are the guys who have the most anger issues and we're the
It's-
saddest inside? Why are we all comedians?
100% fact. I always say, if you look at all those comedians, they're in, it's all Insight, Maniscalco, everybody. He's one of my favorites. All these people, Nikki Glaser, they're sitting there shitting on people because we're all miserable.
Right.
Like if the world is a miserable place, so we're trying to that's why we like making people laugh. Like
Self-awareness is one of the damnedest fucking
Oh.
skill set that anyone can have, but
it's a lot.
it's okay to be imperfect. And I think that's what
Yeah.
another thing therapy does
Yes.
for you too. Just
Absolutely.
like you're realizing like, oh shit, I'm never going to be perfect. And that's okay.
Never.
Like going to therapy doesn't have to be perfect. Meditation is not a perfect experience. These are all things that
Yeah.
are flawed processes that help you, live some sort of fulfilling life, whatever
Yeah.
that is. So what does a fulfilling career look like for you with all of this? Where do you see yourself going? What's the ultimate goal? Are you trying to be at the next, roast of Drake May when he's the baby goat and makes it?
Yes, I am. I want to be the one emceeing that. I think I'm obviously going to travel. So I have this thing where a typical New England guy, I got to go here, I got to go there. But also go out and see the place. I've never even been out west. I see myself going to LA, stuff like that. I definitely am going to do it. I want to keep Massachusetts and Boston my home base 1,000,000%. But I see myself traveling. I want to do the clubs. I want to get the viral clips, and I want people to laugh and be like, "Oh my God, I relate to that on a larger scale." Because you look at your analytics. I mean, for a whole month, 2% of my viewers were in Tehran. How do I speak to
where?
them? Tehran,
Where the hell is that?
the Middle East.
Look at you go.
I'm like, what is going on? But it's one of those things where
One of their brothers are like, yo, check, this guy is great. Look at him.
no, I don't want to not that I want to go to the festival over there. I'm not against that topic. But I want that. I want to do comedy in different places, like Montana and stuff like that. One of my friends was just on a ranch in Montana.
How cool.
Annie Powell was out there performing for people. How cool is that?
Amazing.
That's where I see it. I just want to spread it and make the audiences get bigger. And I like the low ceiling VFWs. I like the big sailing places. They're all this. It's all the same to me. I love it. I just want to meet more people and do it.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
And how about the content? Is that kind of just the vessel that's driving the comedy career, or would you lean more into that if you've got more
You know what it is?
popularity as that continues to grow? Because obviously social media is going nowhere, and it's only going to help your career. But
Yeah, like me, I'm not consistent enough, and I'm not polished and sharp enough with it. And I know I need to be, and I need to focus on it. I'm working on it. I want to make it like I want to do more skits, more sketches. I want to do I'm going to keep it going as I do it. It's too much fun.
we'll get you in the DMV for sure.
Yeah, I would love to join. Are you kidding me? Those clips are unbelievable. I just think like it's so instant. Like, all right, so we were just talking just to bring this back, comedy. Thank God, because what AI is going to take how many jobs? The percentage,
them.
the prediction is like 90%. Do you know what they will never take? Live performers. It'll never happen. They can write your music, they can write your jokes. I don't care. Someone has to perform it. Until I see an android who is so lifelike and is not twitching and like robotic.
That's my Android. That's our Android right there.
I'm actually part robot.
Vin is part robot.
Until
man.
we see Vin on stage taking over, like we're here like to perform, and that's like you act and stuff like acting.
There's a reason that art is the one thing that has lasted through every generation of human existence that we can at least, timestamp and go back to. It's because art is the one thing that can really be untouched because it's the expression of existence. And I think that that's what makes it so beautiful.
Yes, it really does.
That's really
We're
badass.
lucky to be a part of it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's get into the So New England segment here. 6 beautiful states here in New England. You want to rank those for me?
I can't believe you're going to do this to me. Well, number one's Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say number 2's Maine.
Yeah, you get up to Maine quite a bit?
This is just going on based like visuals and like I like it up there.
Love it. Have you been to all 6 states? This is a question I don't often ask.
Yeah.
You have?
I
Okay,
have.
great.
I have. I don't want to give New Hampshire anything. Do we have to put them on the list? I'm just kidding, New Hampshire. I have a lot of lovely people up there. It's a joke. I call it the pass-through section. I will say they have a nudist camp because I left one of the outlets and went through New Hampshire. There was a nudist camp, so maybe we should put them number 1. I don't know yet. Do I have to finish this list right now? Rhode Island, I absolutely love and adore. I have a love-hate relationship with Rhode Island.
Yeah, as do Rhode Islanders.
Yeah,
As
same.
do all of us.
Yeah.
As do the
Every
3 of
single
us.
one of us do.
I've dated a couple of Italian women. Shout out to my Italian women. You're my favorite, but some of you in Rhode Island, like, you know what I mean?
What kind of Italian? Johnston or Cranston Italian?
The kind that'll key your car. That kind.
Johnston.
Johnson.
No, it's,
That's a
I
Johnston.
think it was West Greenwich. No, I'm like, no.
If you got a West Greenwich one, you got a hillbilly Italian. That's pretty rare.
You're not going to believe me, but I consider the Northeast as one, especially doing content.
Oh, facts.
I just
100%.
think like you, New England,
No one
New England
traveling.
DMV,
Yeah.
because
That's why
it's
I did
covered.
that. Which
It's
is so
one-
funny because you know what the most commented thing is? It's the fucking RMV, dude, not the DMV. And I'm like, well, in Rhode Island, it's the Department of Motor Vehicles, not the Registry of Motor Vehicles. Also, it's like different in every state.
Every
so
state.
how about you just like get out of my keister and
They
leave me
need
alone?
something. They need something to pick on. They have to. We're
Like, good
online.
grief.
It's ridiculous.
All right, so we're going Massachusetts, Maine, then Rhode Island, or New Hampshire, 3,
Yeah.
and then Rhode Island 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then 5, we got Vermont, and then in Connecticut left. Who's going to number 5
Vermont
slot?
and then Connecticut last.
All right. Have you done stand-up in Vermont?
I have not. I have New Hampshire, North Conway. That was a lot of fun.
I would love to see
Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
I would love to
2
see
weeks ago.
the response in Vermont.
Yeah, I would too. So
Because you're, it's like that duality of that like sensitive area versus someone who pushes the needle.
my buddy Zach, New England dad.
Yeah.
Zach Remy, he's awesome.
You love them.
And then my friend Liz Miller is going to be in the Vermont Comedy Festival. So that's the thing. I haven't started submitting tapes yet. I have some footage of stuff I've done. I've been lucky enough. I'm just not at the point where I want to like, oh, do I want to be in the little Roadie Festival, by the way?
Yep.
My buddy Anthony's in it. Mark Norman's in it. All the John Mulaney, like the
Yep.
list goes on and on to all these people. I'm like, this is really cool. Like, I don't know, like Vermont, I would love to. I want to get up there. Even Zach was like, dude, you can come up and do it with me. I know I'm going to get up
Zach's always hitting the circuit.
Zach's so good.
Busy guy.
So Zach, we're doing his first Nick's comedy thing is December 20th. He's opening for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm headlining. And
That's awesome.
I have to follow my friend Annie, who was a crowd work assassin. I'm a little nervous about that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where's that going to be at?
Nick's Comedy Stop. I'm at Nick's the 5th, the 6th, and the 20th.
Where's Nick's Comedy Stop?
It's Warrenton Street. So it's the theater district. It's literally 3 buildings up from Blue Man Group.
Okay.
Right in the theater district of Boston.
We might need to make a trek up there. That's quite the lineup right there. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Or we can get you down, because if you don't know this, Rhode Islanders, we don't get very far. So next time, we got to get you at the Comedy Connection.
I'm in contact with some people down here in New Bedford, Rhode Island and stuff. So I really want to do, Rhode Island is where it's at right now. It's gonna be
we're getting pretty busy. We had a new comedy club open up recently too. I don't know the name of it. I've seen a few people perform. It's kind of like another basement cellar one. I can't think of the name, but
especially Rife coming here, and like it even lends more credence. Like, all right, this is dope. Like, this is going to be cool.
Exactly.
The Northeast needs another spot right outside of Boston. You know what I mean?
So if you could add an additional city, state, region, continent to the New England region,
New York.
You'd add
No,
New York.
I know. So many people probably.
Wow. That might be the
flamed
first
for that.
one.
No, Manya said it too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because she lives in Brooklyn.
Yep.
I mean, Philly too, because Philly, I've been to Philly a few times. Philly is I just think New York, Philly, Boston, we are so similar, whether people realize.
That's why we fucking hate them.
It's like three siblings.
looking in
We're
the
like
goddamn
siblings
mirror.
fighting.
But every time I meet New York people at a comedy show, we hit it off so well.
always.
It's so obvious that we're so alike. But like, obviously, when sports get involved and tempers flare, like, what? How dare you?
I feel like Boston, New York, and Philly are like siblings.
Yeah.
Boston, obviously, being the older brother. What came first, New York or Philly? I don't know. I would probably imagine New
Philly's
York,
pretty
right?
historic.
No, Philly-
Boston and Philly.
Would Philly be before Boston
Just
even?
like
I don't know. I don't know. Whoever was born first, but that's the order of the siblings. Listen, I'm not.
Yeah.
Education,
we're just going
not my
down
strong
the-
suit.
Look up the 13 original colonies.
Rhode Island's one of them. I know that. Massachusetts,
Yeah,
Rhode Island,
well,
all of New
all
England.
New England is, yeah. It's where it started.
There's nothing on the west or in the middle that's anything like this.
No, there's nothing.
New York,
Well, it's
Philly,
funny how
Boston.
each part does have its own, like there's parts of New York where you're like, yeah, and then there's other parts of New York where it's just like, what the fuck is out there? You know?
Even Chicago sounds like New York's
Yeah.
accent got stretched out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like biker guy. Say, how you doing? Biker guy. Southside
Yeah,
Chicago.
New York's in there in the middle one. With New
Ditka.
Jersey.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Mike Ditka's God. Like all these accents are unbelievable.
Chicago's a wild place.
Wild.
Yeah.
Scary.
Is there anything about Boston? Well, let's go Boston specific. Is there anything about Boston you think is a little bit overrated? And then the reverse. Is there anything about Boston you think is underrated?
Oh, this is tough. It's like if I say, like I want to say Boston's overrated for restaurants, but it's also not because there's so many good places to eat. Is it? It's like this tough thing because overrated, underrated. I don't know. The nightlife in Boston compared to other cities is not that great. That's just me. I don't go out like that anymore, but I know and I talk to people and like Chicago's the place, like New York and Texas and like, Miami and all these places. I think Boston is overrated for nightlife entertainment. Anyone who says it's great is crazy.
Yeah. It's also because you only have like a few months out of the year where it's actually enjoyable to go
That's
out.
a good point.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Yeah.
there's also a lot less tourists
Yeah.
that go out in Boston. They'll go to New York or Miami to go out, but maybe not go to Boston in order to go out. They go to Boston to kind of see the history, maybe go to like the south, like the seaport in that area. But
yeah.
going out in Boston, I
The
feel like
weather
it's like New Englanders
key.
going out.
Yeah.
And we love each other, but you put us in a crowded room and you start bumping too many times after a few
true.
pints of Guinness, and it's
Yeah.
like it's a fucking brawl right
it's
away,
not-
dude.
A
It's
glass
like,
of
you-
bottles flying.
dude, it's like
When you
It's
go to
a-
Florida, Texas, everything's open. Like when
Yeah.
we went to his bachelor
like
party,
the
there
walls
was-
are open. It's
Everything's
just like
open.
Florida's
Everything's
unbelievable.
bigger. Everything's open. There's no ceilings. You can see the sky.
everything
Yeah.
bigger in Texas, baby.
Yeah.
Even when we went to Tampa, big, beautiful, open, like scenic view of Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Whereas here it's like, check out the dumpster in the back.
Yeah. Exactly. That's where it's.
He's like, you fucking bumping into me, dude? It's immediately. And that's the culture that we love. I'll be honest with you. That's that's where like that Irish traditional heritage comes in.
Yeah.
I know there's obviously a huge Italian influence and a lot of other different demographics, but when you go to Ireland, like they say, if you're going to go out in Dublin, like keep your head on a swivel because there's going to be a bar fight at some point.
100%.
It's like, you would
When
think
you're
all these
drinking
people,
that much-
oh my God, how do you not?
Like my friend's like, how come you never want to go out? I'm like, we really think about that for a second?
Yeah.
Think about why you asked me. What happens when we go out?
Yeah.
What happens? Someone bumps into us. She's like, oh, I'm like, I got to buy him a drink, try to diffuse it. And then he throws the drink in your face. Then I'm in the middle of it. No, I don't want to go out.
Yeah.
Because people don't just drink. People drink. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, we're going to 4 bars. I think Boston, I think the nightlife is overrated. I think underrated is the comedy scene. Because everyone's going to like Texas and all these other places. And then comedians are leaving Texas right away when they said, oh, it's not what it turned out to be. New York, from what I understand, is the number one where everyone's funny. You think like you're going up against thousands of people who are literally doing comedy every night. who are absolutely hysterical. Like that's because that's the go-to spot. I think Boston's underrated for comedy. I really
love
do.
that.
Nice.
You know,
There's so many funny people here.
just a quick story about Boston being Boston. So I went to a concert recently to see an Irish singer, and his music tends to lean more into the vocalist, lyrical, sad boy kind of music.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. But we were at the Orpheum Theater or Orpheum Theater.
Oh, the Orpheum.
Orpheum. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's Orpheum Theater.
Cool place.
Yes. Gorgeous. And, you know, it's a sit down experience. Now, I've been to a lot of concerts that are very similar to this, like Irish trad music, people who sing slower, sadder songs. So people are like seated and they're quiet and they're listening. So we're sitting there going through it. Not once, not twice,
No, not during the Irish
3,
tenor singing.
but 4 times the show had to stop because people were throwing up in the balcony. One guy blacked out and had like a seizure because he was like drinking too much. Some guy fell down the stairs. When you're trying to experience something lyrical like that, and I'm like, only in Boston would people get that shit faced to go to a concert where you're sitting down. Like, why Boston? Why can't you just drink like a normal amount?
My friend comes to a show downtown, and his girlfriend's drunk. I said, "You two better shut up during my performance." He goes, "First of all, she barely drank, and I'm 11 months sober." I goes, "You're 11 minutes sober. Don't give me that shit. Don't stop." And it's so true. They get in there. Guess what they start doing? Oh yeah, people,
Right away.
they did not address you. It's like school. The teacher doesn't address you. Don't fucking yell at the teacher. It's the same thing as comedy. But what you just said,
I hope you're listening.
people are singing like you said in Irish tenor, like and you guys say,
Yeah.
why did you get that drunk to go see a beautiful singer?
Right. It's 7:00 at night.
What are we doing? Get drunk to see me.
Yeah.
Don't get drunk to see someone. You know what I mean? He's gonna like sing for everyone. Everyone's gonna be like, and then some guys say, "Oh man, I shouldn't have drank. I shouldn't have brought the Fireball nips with me." Like people are carrying nips with you. Guess what? You need to go to AA not to see an Irish tenor. You need to see a tenor. That's Boston for you. Yeah. Everyone needs fucking Alcoholics Anonymous. Like it just even people who move here just inherit the air of like, let's get shit faced.
Yep.
Chicago's like that too. Everyone knows that. You know, they have a big Patty's Day parade. They have a big drinking nightlife. It's kind of similar. There's no limits with Boston people. But even, like I said, even the people
Love-hate relationship.
Yeah, the people who move, they like literally, they get it's like the new Southie is all new young kids. Guess
Right.
what they all do? The same shit we did.
Yeah.
And I'm giving them shit looking and pissing in someone's alley. What did you do, Gary? What did you do? You know what I mean? Like same shit. It's just drinking.
Yeah.
Be
Nightlife.
better.
Boston.
Be better.
Yeah.
Be better than the
Yeah.
Gap.
Yeah, like Boston needs a better nightlife, but it's also like, do we? You know what I mean? We need to stop drinking. Oh.
That's good.
Let's keep the theme here on Boston. If you could rank, what are like the top 3, I guess I don't know how to say this properly, but like the best 3 like towns or boroughs of like, cause there's like Dorchester,
Oh yeah.
Southie.
Back Bay is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Just because I like Newbury Street, I like that whole area. I grew up like going to Southie. Like, we're going to Newbury Street too. We're going to the Prudential Mall and all that shit. Like, I'd say Southie,
So Back Bay 1
Southie, Back Bay, and I think North End.
and the North End.
The North End is. I was just there the other night. It's amazing. It's everybody, the character, the people, the tourists down there too. I like to people watch.
Yeah.
And those are like my favorite places. Southie, I love to people watch. In the summertime, walking Castle Island. Those are just my 3 favorite areas, and I think they always will be.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But shout out to East Boston, Reno's best Italian food in America.
Oh,
Yeah, like East Boston's unbelievable. I went to school there. My mother worked there. They have a lot of good food, good people. And one of the best views of Boston is from that tall ship in Eastie. Go there and look at the city. It's unbelievable. It's like the best picture I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So Eastie too.
love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Beautiful.
Favorite New England season?
Oh, this is tough. It's like I loved fall, but it went to cold so quick.
Yeah, it did.
I'm going to say spring.
Spring.
Yeah. I mean, I grew
That
up
might be one. That's the
though-
first one.
It's
we've gotten
usually
for spring.
fall. Yeah, it's usually
You know what
fall,
it is
sometimes
because
summer.
spring brings that excitement for summer. So spring is
Yeah.
like that appetizer. Like, I can't wait for the meal comes, but look at this appetizer.
Yeah.
Spring is like, I grew up a big baseball guy. I don't do it anymore as much as I used to. Fenway, grew up as a pitcher in Little League. I love sports.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So spring was like that time, like, oh, I can go pitch. You know what I mean? Like, I still have that feeling even though I don't do it. Like, oh, I can start wearing shorts maybe today. Like, spring's exciting for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Summer's too fucking hot.
We did have a really good.
My
I
tan
will say
lines
though,
from
like
summer are crazy. Like, it's ridiculous.
I do kind of like. I feel like this was a really good summer. Like that 14 straight weeks of rain sucked, but we kind of sacrificed our.
Yeah, we
our
turned into Seattle
too
for
hot.
a bit.
But I was like, but that like kind of catapulted us to a very like good summer where it was like
I agree.
hot but sunny, didn't rain too much. It did mean that we, had a short fall as far as like temperature. It was like
Once the
went hot
daylight
to cold.
saving time happened, it
just like
dropped.
immediately, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess this, it's the way it's supposed to go, right?
The only beef I had with summer is right when you do comedy, it's an unwritten rule you're supposed to wear pants indoors. Screw that. Okay, I'm 250 pounds. You want me to be like all stuffed up and shit?
Yeah.
So if I do my own club, there's no dress code. Wear a fucking bathrobe. I care less. My friend does comedy in a gorilla suit at Capo. Shout out to Rich Conti. Will Noonan runs Capo every Wednesday in Southie, and he literally gorilla suit, straw hat. I like that.
That's
Festive,
awesome.
Get crazy.
That's great.
That's what it's
Yeah.
for.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Let's harp on those sports again then. Why don't you give us the rankings of your favorite Boston/New England sports teams?
Oh man, I've been a Celtics fan, so Celtics for life. Just because like I grew up like Robert Parrish picked me up to dunk a basketball, and my sister shot at halftime. It's like for Ray Flynn the Pepsi Hot Shot Challenge. I was like, Bird. I met Mikhail Leachmeer's grand opening autograph on my card. Like Celtics for life. But
That's awesome.
I would have to say it's Celtics, Red Sox, Patriots. But the reason it's weird for me to say that is I was the biggest Fairweather fan when Brady was behind that. You know what I mean? I was like locked in.
Yeah.
And I drove potty buses to so many things with like, come in with us. We have an extra ticket. I'm like, oh, wow, am I a football fan?
Yeah.
And then fantasy football. So football is my third only because I played basketball and baseball.
Right,
But the
I gotcha.
Celtics, like the old Garden, I saw Southie High play CM there before they tore the Garden down. Like it was at 94 or whatever, 93 it was. I just love basketball. So I got to say Celtics, Red Sox, and then the Patriots.
We got Bruins then at the end.
Bruins at the end. I'm not a big hockey guy. I have so many hockey friends, and I met great hockey people, and I have like ties to it and everything. But like, I loved ice skating as a kid. I am such a bitch. I think that's why football and hockey are last. Those are very, very not to take away from baseball and basketball. Football and skating is two different beasts, and I'm not. Yeah. I'm not getting my ass kicked. Like hockey fights, you stop beating the shit out of you. No, I'm good. I will hit you with my stick. We're not going to exchange punches. Like that's not good for me. Even with football, I'd take my helmet off and I'd be like, yeah, this guy's never playing football again. Yeah. It's just too basketball, you little bump into you. You know, baseball, you run them over by accident. You,
Yeah.
Yeah. Other guys, a
lot of chirping, not a lot of
skate could
physicality.
cut you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. No, thank you. So,
It's so funny.
but shout out to the Patriots. Holy shit. Impressive.
Yeah, 10-2.
Wow.
And it does seem like we got some feedback, for the people watching this is after we just went 10-2, but it looks like potentially Will Campbell only an MCL sprain.
Thank God, huh?
Jared Wilson.
Fingers
only
crossed.
an
Jared
ankle
Wilson, same
sprain.
thing, ankle sprain, right?
What about like
Let's
the
hope that
coaching
that's-
and the whole new for them to reboot themselves so fast? Like I think I saw a clip about Mark Wahlberg talking about it. People outside of New England hate it because
Yeah.
we were spoiled for a long time
Right.
with all the.
Oh, yeah.
If the Celtics aren't winning, the Red Sox are. Blah, blah, blah. It was like holy shit. We were lucky we got owners who put money behind all these teams and this and that. But like to see them turn around this quick and Drake May is a stud. It's just like okay, wow, we're back.
Let's hope. Fingers
Yeah,
crossed.
yeah.
Doesn't mean anything until we make it into the
Exactly.
playoffs and win. So
Exactly.
let's hope we do that.
Yeah,
But I got faith.
me too.
Nice
You
hat,
got
by
it.
the way.
Yep.
I like
So
that
I
little
wore.
beanie you're wearing there. Go
Yeah,
Pats.
go Pats. That's right.
All right. If you could assign a single dish that represents all of New England, single food.
Oh man, this is crazy because if you say pizza, you'd be like, "Hey, New York." But I like
Hey, this is your podcast, damn it. You say exactly what you
that
think.
represents Boston
It could be Boston.
or New England.
Let's go. I prefer New England, but you can go Boston. You can give us both.
This is going to be such a weird. I think it's a two-way tie for me between the three-way roast beef at any of the places on the North Shore
Mm-hmm.
and South Shore bar pizza. I'm obsessed with bar pizza. I will
Yeah.
be for the rest of my life. I'm a pizza guy.
Yeah.
I love Regina. I love Umberto's. I love every pizza place. Rondo's subs, steak and cheese too, but that's
Yep.
Philly. It's tough for me. I'm going to say the roast beef /
There you go.
yeah.
You can
Three-way
say
and
pizza.
a-
Listen, New Haven, Connecticut. That's one of the reasons we keep them around and don't banish them to the tri-state.
Do you know my favorite pizza is Frank Pepe's
Yeah.
meatball
So
and
good.
ricotta?
Yeah.
It's
Really?
ridiculous. I'm going to be
There's-
farting for 2 hours, but it's fucking
Like,
unbelievable.
If you're going specialty pizza and you don't think about a meatball and ricotta, yeah.
yeah,
smacks.
don't talk to me. Once you have it, you're like, all right, I see what he's saying.
Fucking
Yeah.
on God, bet.
Yeah.
If
As the
someone
kids
wasn't
say.
from New England and you could just encapsulate, write down on a note, sticky note, you hand it to him, you say, this is everything. Here's like one sentence to really tell you all about New England. What would it be?
This is so funny. I don't know how to say this.
Say it exactly how you're thinking in your head.
Beware of the chip on their fucking shoulders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone here is nice. You just have to figure out how to approach them.
Exactly.
Like, it's almost like New York too, but with New England, it's like, just beware of the chip on the shoulders. For whatever reason, we start off like, what's up with this guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just what
Fucks your problem.
we grew up and we were taught through generations, like, why is he staring at me? I have a 3-second rule. If you're looking at me, you either know me, think you know me, or you want to me. And either way, I'm flattered. But now I'm viral, so it's different. When people stare at me, it's a way different story for me. I'm like, I know why they're staring. It's kind of cool for me because I don't jump to, what's he looking at anymore? I'm like, oh, he's a fan.
Yeah.
And then he walks by, he's like, not a fan. I had a girl do that to me at a bar. She told the bartender, and the bartender relayed it to me as she's looking at me. She's like, yeah, I'm really not a fan of his content. So when he walked by, I goes, I'm signing autographs later if you want to come by. She laughed. It was
That's the thing about
great.
New England.
That's great.
Only in New England where instead of someone just completely ignoring you with your content creator, they make sure that you know that they don't like you.
yeah. You know what I love is when they do it on your videos that have so many likes.
Yeah.
And so much, like, people love the video.
Yeah.
You forced it. It's not funny. Go to the likes.
Yeah.
Or I don't get the
My
joke.
10 million views say otherwise.
Yeah. There's 1,200 comments. What don't you get? Oh, the
Oh my
jokes
God.
suck. Someone are miserable people. People who won't put themselves out here, no offense, like, not that me and you are great, but you're doing a great job. You're incredible. I've always been a fan of yours.
Thank you, brother.
Even when I
Appreciate
met you at the parade, I'm like, here he is. I'm like, Peter, look who it is.
Yeah.
Fucking Ian Brownhill. Like, I fanboyed a little bit. Like, people don't put themselves out there and they're automatically jealous. Not all.
Yeah.
Some people are truly happy for you. It's hard to find those people. But when you put yourselves out there, have fun. They get mad that they're not doing it.
Right.
That's all it is.
That's
It's
what it
none
is.
of those people who comment are fucking miserable. They're doing the same thing every day, and they never got out of that. You know what I mean? To the other side,
They never left.
like I talked about.
Mm-hmm.
That other
Stuck
side's
on the-
awesome. Like doing stuff. Your whole life is meant to go out of your comfort zone. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not saying go climb Mount Olympus. I'm just saying like just like go out and have fun. Do something
it,
different. That's it. You know.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Tell everyone where they can find you online and talk about some upcoming shows so they know where to look.
Boy from Boston 617 on Instagram and TikTok. On Snapchat, I have about 140,000 followers. It's just Boy from Boston. I don't post in Spotlight as much there, but upcoming shows. Oh wow! This Wednesday, November 26th, I'm at Democracy Brewing with me, Yuri Chatil, Nobody Cares, Anthony Varela, and an unbelievable headliner, the hysterical Corey Rodriguez. And then that just segues into December, which is December 4th. I'm at the Cut in Gloucester, opening for one of the stars of Louder Milk on Netflix. If you've never seen it, the show is hysterical. It's about a guy in AA. It's really funny. I'm hosting in Ethan Prince, a 15-year-old comedian. He's unbelievable, is opening for him. And then Nick's, I have a run at Nick's December 5th with Will Noonan, Jack Burke, James Dorsey, hysterical lineup. The next night with Will Noonan and Annie Powell, two of the funniest. And then December 20th, I'm headlining Nick's with Annie Powell, New England Dad, Zach Remy. So pretty much Nick's December. Oh, and Situate VFW on the December 12th. There's a lot going on. So if you follow my social media.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
If you follow my social media, you know, I always post nonstop about the dates. People are probably getting sick of it, but part of who I am.
No, do it, man.
Bear
Gotta
with me.
post.
It's your page. They're there for a reason to,
Thank you
to
for
follow
having me,
you.
by
But
the
yeah,
way.
dude, this was great. I feel like we could have
Thank
done
you.
this for hours. So
Definitely.
thank you for making the trek down and
It was an
jumping
honor.
on the So New England pod.
Proud
bro.
of you, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you very much.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Gary.
All right, folks.
You guys are
That's
great.
going to conclude episode 68 of the So New England podcast. Please remember, folks, life's better in New England.
Red Sox crack and the Celtics fly. Patriots fight and the Bruins grind. From 6 great states, we raise